It's Tuesday morning, and we've a full lineup for you today. Here's what's coming up.
Today at Cattlemen's Day, Dr. Michael Diekman looks back on 42 years of service in animal sciences at Kansas State. Then Jay from Valley Vet Supply tells us about their popular Powder River line of working chutes. Next, Eric Atkinson congratulates Dr. Terry McElwain on being named a 2013 Alumni Fellow for K-State's College of Veterinary Medicine. And we finish with a story about feeding farm-raised fish using U.S. soybean meal. Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers. This segment is brought to you by Tarwater Farm and Home. Come on by, we'll treat you like family.
Good morning and welcome back to the show. We're at the 100th anniversary of Cattlemen's Day here on the campus of Kansas State University, and we're joined by Dr. Diekman. Thank you for joining us this morning, Dr. Diekman.
Sure.
42 years.
Yes.
Distinguished services to Kansas State University, and you're retiring this year, so thanks for joining us this morning.
Well, thank you.
42 years you've been around animal sciences, so you've seen a lot of Cattlemen's Day. How have things changed in the last 42 years?
Well, in terms of Cattlemen's Day?
Yeah, or just kind of overall in the animal sciences department.
Okay. Well, we've seen dramatic changes, you know, in terms of nutrition, management, breeds, breeding programs, types of cattle, carcass and meat differences, and so forth. So most of them have been for the better, of course. And sometimes we take steps forward, then backwards a little bit, you know, and make some mistakes. But it's been a really interesting career, and there's never really been a dull moment, you know, in it. And I've had a joint teaching and research appointment, so I've enjoyed that mix and that balance. I love working with students, but I also enjoy research and some of the challenges faced by our industry.
Well, you see a lot of young people nowadays coming back into agriculture, and animal sciences being one of them. It's a great career path nowadays. Was that kind of the case? I'm sure there was ebb and flow to the industry, but are you glad to see it kind of back on the upswing?
Oh, certainly, and I think there are lots of opportunities out there in the whole agricultural arena. And I'm talking about the broad spectrum of agriculture, including all the way to processed, packaged, marketed foods and so on. And we've seen a dramatic increase in the number of students in our department, as well as the College of Agriculture, because I think there are tremendous opportunities. I mean, we have a estimated dramatic increase of about 2 billion people in the next 35, 40 years. It's going to require a lot more food production, more processed food, more efficiency is going to be expected, and so on, to meet that demand.
Well, you look, and you bring up a good point, 2 billion people. I think nowadays people are more interested in where their food comes from, and you look at the beef industry in general or the swine industry, you look at meat production in the U.S., more people want to know about where their food is produced and how it's produced. Antibiotics are a big issue right now. Has that changed, or has that kind of always been on the back?
Well, that's been a change in the last 6, 8 years, I would say. Much greater interest in animal welfare, animal well-being, the mannerism in which livestock are produced, transported, processed at harvest time for meat or milk or whatever. And so, yes, we've seen a big increase there. Pressure from our society, which is probably good, you know. And in general, I think that people that are involved in livestock production are good animal welfareists. You know, they've done a good quality job. But of course, just like many other things, there are outliers and bad situations that happen that create kind of a black eye for the industry. But a dramatic change in terms of the emphasis, importance, and telling our story. You know, we need to tell our story in a better way, the positive things that we're doing in animal agriculture all the way through harvesting of animals.
Thank you, Dr. Diekman. It's very nice to meet you.
The Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine is a leader in food animal research and education. Our researchers are constantly expanding the knowledge of animal health and food safety. Through the Veterinary Health Center and the Kansas State Veterinary Diagnostic Lab, we provide practical services for animal producers. Home of the Beef Cattle Institute, the college is committed to animal welfare training and research. The Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine, knowledge and service for the future of animal production.
American innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
Purple Wave is a proud supporter of the Kansas FFA through the Bid for Blue program. Purple Wave donates a portion of the proceeds earned on certain ag assets to the Kansas FFA. Winning bidders can designate a Kansas chapter to receive the donation. To date, Purple Wave is proud to have donated over $10,000. Visit purplewave.com to learn more and to place bids on Bid for Blue assets. Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
Tar Waters has what you need for all seasons for around the farm and home. Working, hunting, growing, feeding, snow removal, even fun for the kids. And a service department with experienced techs to help keep your equipment in top running condition. Tar Waters has a huge selection and the best prices. Tar Water Farm and Home, family owned and operated since 1978. They have what you need. This segment is brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook. Stop by or visit us at sftmeats.com.
I'm Jay Firking. I'm here with Valley Vet Supply at Cattleman's Day. We're down here with our Powder River line. It's our most popular line of working chutes, tubs, alleys, and corrals. We're down here for the 100th anniversary of Cattleman's Days. We come down every year. We always set up a booth, bring some different things to show off who we are, what we do. We're a local company based out of Marysville, just north of here.
Dustin Baker with Powder River Livestock Equipment here with Valley Vet Supply at the 100th annual Kansas State Cattleman's Day. Here demoing a couple different chutes we've got here. We've got a hydraulic chute here on the lot and a self-catch manual chute. We've got over 20 different options on squeeze chutes, so we just brought a couple here to show a few of the newer options available. I've actually got some new ones also coming out. We manufacture 13 different varieties with all the options, and then also 4 different setups and working systems with an endless amount of options available on those and to fit your particular needs, setting them up. Valley Vet Supply is one of our premier dealers out here in Kansas, and we're here with at this show with them to get a little more exposure and meet the cattlemen here in Kansas and see what we can do for those guys to help them advance in the livestock industry and of course keep everything safe and stress-free on the people and on the animals. So we're here to do anything we can to help with that. And I mentioned being trying to get on the safety side here on the cattle and the cattlemen. We with the animal welfare and the animal issues, animal rights issues that we've got going on nowadays, we got to really be sure to keep the animals safe and of course that's second to the way we do anything. It's all about keeping the consumer or the cattleman safe, and then of course going into the animal safety. But that's our number one priority, and again, like I said, that's why we manufacture so many different options. Nothing's set to fit in everybody's individual circumstances, so we try to give as many options we can to help keep everything safe and to fit the individual needs, and not making cattle use equipment that they don't necessarily need or that's not going to work for them. Trying to just try to get those options out there to to keep everything as good and safe as we can get on it.
The advantage of coming to the Cattleman's Day is so you can ask us personal questions about what we have, what we're here for, what we do for the industry. If you have questions about your livestock, if you have questions about equipment, we're here to answer that for you. Well, we don't have very much space, obviously, so we just bring a few things down that we're really pushing that are very popular. Like here we have Powder River, and then in our booth over there we brought some like different colostrums because you're going to need that, and just some different vet supplies.
Ag AM in Kansas is brought to you in part by the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
This is the fast track to more jobs and America's energy independence. Advanced performance is here, now. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
ValleyVet.com, ValleyVet.com, Valley Vet Supply.
Nobody gives you more ways to play and more reasons to stay than Prairie Band Casino and Resort. 3 great restaurants, Players Club benefits, plus an award-winning golf course. Go for it. You'll find something new and exciting every day, just north of Topeka off Highway 75.
Prairie Band Casino and Resort. Go for it.
I'm Dennis Tebow. My wife and I, Kathy, are the owners of Wolf Creek Cattle Company. We have grown to approximately 70 bulls.
I'm Reese Arnold. I'm the livestock manager at Wolf Creek Cattle Company. You know, these are not just like normal cattle. These cattle, they're hauled anywhere from, 8 to 10 hours a day across the United States and asked to perform. The Multi-Man 90 keeps them kind of level. It maintains and balances their system. The stress level's less when, when everything's right and working right, then they're working right.
Ag AM in Kansas is brought to you in part by Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
The College of Veterinary Medicine at Kansas State University has selected its 2013 Alumni Fellow, a 1980 graduate out of the college and spending many years at Washington State University researching the area of animal diseases and excelling in that area with the accent on biosecurity. Our guest is a native of Kansas, Dr. Terry McElwain. Terry, congratulations on this recognition, first of all.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And you grew up where in Kansas, just to set the table here?
I grew up in Hutchinson, Kansas, until I left to attend college and graduated from Hutch High in 1970.
And then you achieved your DVM from Kansas State again in 1980. What was your initial career path from there then?
So at that time, I went out looking for dairy practice. So that led me to Pennsylvania for a year, it turned out, only.
And then you, changed gears and went back into academia, what?
I sensed after, probably 8 or 9 months of practice, maybe a little bit before that, that it probably wasn't what I wanted to do the rest of my life. And I had a young family at that time. And I thought, if I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to do something different, I really need to do it. So I went back into pathology. When I finished the program at Washington State, I decided to take a faculty position elsewhere, and I went to the University of Florida for between 2 and 3 years, 2.5 years actually at the University of Florida, and then ended up coming back to Washington State University to be on faculty. I think my wife and I both realized that it was the place we wanted to call home and the place we wanted to raise the kids, and decided, had the opportunity to come back and decided to come back to Washington State.
And then in the early 1990s, you became involved with the Washington Animal Disease Diagnostic Laboratory, and that's where you remain to this day?
It is. So I came back and had an appointment at Washington State on faculty that was a combination of research, and my interests were in infectious diseases, and along with a diagnostic laboratory appointment as a pathologist with a clinical appointment. So I balanced those two for a number of years, and then the director of the laboratory, who was a fantastic mentor of mine, really I owe a lot to him. His name was Tony Galena, passed away this last year. He decided to retire, and they began to search for the director of the laboratory. The initial search was not very successful, and with some arm twisting and some pushing going on, they convinced me, despite being pretty early in my career actually, to take on that role. And then I ended up having the opportunity to be involved at a national level.
And let's talk of that.
And about the time that around 2000 or so, 2001, around the time of 9/11, around the time of the foot and mouth disease outbreak in the United Kingdom, the United States, rightfully so, I think, began to place a higher priority in the area of biosecurity and protection. And I think then coupled with that was the recognition that laboratories and early onset of diagnosis and response were critical to reducing the losses that you see with those kinds of outbreaks. And so somewhat by serendipity at the time, I was also on the leadership track in our national association, the American Association of Veterinary Laboratory Diagnosticians, and it kind of all came together at that time to put me in a position to represent our diagnostic laboratories nationally in Washington, D.C., and we ended up being able to put together, along with colleagues at USDA, the National Animal Health Laboratory Network.
And that network thrives to this day, and it's making great inroads in prevention, protection of potential biosecurity breaches, if you will, in the animal kingdom?
Absolutely, and there really is no other laboratory network like it in the world. And it's grown from 12 laboratories in 2002 to, I think the current count is 58 laboratories now in the United States, animal health laboratories involved in the National Animal Health Laboratory Network.
And that does naturally bring to light, and sensible enough as we sit here on the Kansas State University campus, the new facility, which is still online. It all appears to be moving forward, and that is the National Bio and Agro Defense Facility, expected to be constructed in Manhattan, depending on how things fall into place here. You were on the pre-project analysis process, if you will, for NBAF. Talk about that, and talk about your perception of that facility and its significance.
I had the opportunity to chair actually the fast track study that was tasked with re-examining, first of all, the need for an NBAF facility in the United States. One of the options that we were presented with by the Department of Homeland Security to consider was, can we continue to use the Plum Island facility and then utilize some facilities outside the United States for part of the work that really needs to be done. And we came to the conclusion pretty early on with that option that that just is not feasible. And a country like the United States deserves to have and needs to have an NBAF to handle safely and securely some of the most contagious agents that we know of. We felt that there were possibly some options of reducing the total cost of NBAF, but in the end we didn't feel like we had enough information to really say for sure what that reduction in cost would be, and it appeared to us that it likely was not going to be a great deal of savings with the facility now at the stage it was with the design and planning that had gone on. So, but that's that in essence is a summary of what the committee found.
Well, there's so much we could talk about, Terry, but let's close by asking you for your response upon being named Alumni Fellow 2013. How do you perceive this recognition?
Makes me feel old, for one thing. Thinking back to 1980 and graduating, and but seriously, no, it's you know, it's a tremendous honor. I had a tremendous education at Kansas State University, and as I mentioned earlier, you know, I owe my interests and I think some of the successes I've had in pathology, at least, to some mentors that I had here early on. Your time in professional school is just this unbelievable growth, intellectual growth and knowledge growth to prepare you to be a professional. And Kansas State just does a tremendous job of that. And so to be honored by the College of Veterinary Medicine and the university that gave me that start in my profession is just tremendous. I'm very humbled by it and very honored by it.
Well, congratulations to you. Well deserved. Keep up the very good work at Washington State.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing a few thoughts right here.
You're welcome.
He is a 1980 graduate of the College of Veterinary Medicine and the longtime director of the Washington Animal Disease Diagnostic Laboratory at Washington State University. Terry McElwain, Alumni Fellow for the College of Veterinary Medicine 2013.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
Roy Fry Western Lifestyles brings the cowboy or cowgirl out in all of us. With a huge selection of must-have items, it doesn't matter if you're shopping for your horse, picking up some Western accessories to add that rustic charm to your home, or simply treating yourself. The knowledge and expertise to dress you your Western best is right here at Roy Fry Western Lifestyles, Highway 24 and Kansas Avenue in Topeka.
The Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine is a leader in food animal research and education. Our researchers are constantly expanding the knowledge of animal health and food safety. Through the Veterinary Health Center and the Kansas State Veterinary Diagnostic Lab, we provide practical services for animal producers. Home of the Beef Cattle Institute, the college is committed to animal welfare training and research. The Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine, knowledge and service for the future of animal production.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Been here for 42 years now. We run around 2,500 cows. Well, I bought a couple loads of cattle out of black cows out of California. And most of these cows are kind of a off-color, rusty color. We're going to be processing these cows in the next few days, and at that time I will inject Multimin into them to help take care of their copper deficiency. I would recommend Multimin to any cow man, and it's been effective.
This segment brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.
As consumer appetite grows for seafood, so do the opportunities for using U.S. soy meal to feed these farm-raised fish. Traditionally, fish farmers have used fish meal as a source of protein and feed, but fish meal has become more expensive and less sustainable. Therefore, fish farmers have increasingly turned to U.S. soy as a good protein replacement for fish meal and the rations for many species. That poses both challenges and opportunities for U.S. soybean farmers.
Hog feed or chicken feed, you can make a general formulation and it fits most everybody. Where it's obvious with fish feed, the species is so determined on what they need, the enzymes and amino acids, the details are so much more specific with fish.
During a recent global aquaculture conference in Bangkok, participants identified the top issues facing aquaculture as health management, environmental concerns, investment capital, feed, market, and labor challenges. These challenges have slowed the growth of global aquaculture. Global economic slowdowns have also had a direct negative impact on consumer seafood spending. For Ag AM, I'm Nicole Kraus.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.
We'll have lots more for you tomorrow here on Ag AM in Kansas. We're here every weekday, same time, same station. Meantime, look for us on the web at agaminkansas.com. Eric Atkinson here from K-State Research and Extension.